Hi everyone. Hi, this is Ziv once again. Sorry, I was doing the live streaming. I didn't know I switch on my power supply, and everything just went out. So I had to start again. Sorry about that. So this is Ziv once again. Good morning, everybody. I bring to you this morning about husband and wife and our children also. So this morning I just want to recall on every parent out there. Watch what we discuss with our children. We should watch what kind of damage we're doing to them, and we should also watch out for not to mess up with their mind, because there are some ways, many ways that we think that what we're doing is right, that we're doing the right, but at the same time we might be totally wrong. We might be totally wrong. We should learn to tell our children to excuse us when we are with our partners. We should also learn to tell our children to please leave the room, or take your time to watch what they do. Learn to tell them your mind. Learn to voice out your mind when they are watching something that you really don't like, something that is not okay, something it won't benefit them in any way, because they are very very young at this tender age. So it's just like I said, it's their mind is just like a soil. In a soil, when you plant a corn, you get what? You get a corn. So but at the same time, you might get a farm full of corn. So at the same time, we should watch out for what we plant in their mind. We should watch out what they listen to, mostly from us, because charity begins at home. So if we can do that, number one, let them be our focus. Let them be our focus. Not that, oh, I will try my best. Let it be just your best, at least. Because even if the child is going astray, later the child will remember all what the mom has said. Or the child might decide to go and pick his or her experience out there. But there's always a day. There's always a day that the child will sit down and say, what have I done? What have I done to myself? So you let it be between the child. So at the same time, like, we should watch out what we discuss with our children. Number one, mostly when you're having problems with your partner. Sometimes we're really really hungry, or sometimes we're just silent, quiet there, and uh, we might be spoken to at the wrong time. And before you know, you said something that you might not like. So, and when things like that come up, one thing, we should be vigilant. We should learn to ask each other when something is going on, when the other one is extremely quiet, when your partner is kind of giving distance. Sometimes people want to be alone and think about a certain thing. They need time out. So I mean, then you should ask, because you don't know what he's going through, what his troubles are. So we should learn to ask each other, are you okay? Do you need any help? Is there anything? Do you want us to discuss? No matter, you learn to be the encourager. Not like, well, he does not ask me, so, well, I won't ask him. He can deal with it also on his, because sometimes we do trade by barter in marriage also. We do trade by barter. I just want him to feel what I'm feeling. I want him to go through what I'm going through. There are some couples whereby when the wife is sick, the man really don't give 100% caring, and when the man is sick, the woman too will not even ask. The woman too will not ask, what is your problem? What is going on? Where is hurting you? The other person will choose not to ask and say, yes, let him feel it. He has been feeding me with. you know I think that's not the best way to reply or to pay back. It's not the best way. We should learn and check do balancing. We should learn and see how do we balance up in our marriage. So the thing is, in behaving like that, the children are watching. That's why I say is a soil. Is a soil. Let's just say their mind is where you don't want to sow something bad. It's a place whereby you don't just want to mess it up for them. You wouldn't want to do that. So let's just try, as young and as mature that we are. you know there are many things, there are many things we are doing to our children we don't know. Like your husband will offend you, you will judge to your children. Your father has been doing this, your father don't care, your father this, that, your father, mothers, this is dangerous. So this is because that child will learn to pick and choose. You're just training him. You're training him. You're building him up to learn to pick and choose. And when he grows up to that stage and start knowing, oh no, my father is not that kind of a father. No, 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 he's not a caring father. That woman suffered on me. Excuse me. Don't train your child. Don't try training your child and prepare him for hellfire. Don't do that. Don't do that. And you make sure you form a group in your home, because when you start doing that, you're forming a group. The children will be taking side with dad and the other one with mom. They'll start taking side. There's no 2 ways or 3 ways to what you are doing is destroying. You are destroying that child. Learn not to discuss anything that goes on in your matrimonial home with your children, no matter how old they are. If you have nobody to tell it to, close your door, lock your door when nobody is at home. Sometimes you should, where's your dignity? Close your door when they've all gone to school and cry to your maker. Cry. That's one of the best recipe. Cry to him, because you have nobody to tell it to. You can't tell it to a friend. You can't tell it to, just keep it. Because one other thing, I'll still talk about this topic, like telling your issues to your friend, to your this, to your that. Excuse me. Is another recipe for disaster. Is another, because there's something that when you start opening your mouth, you've opened the way. You've opened the door. You've called people into your matrimonial home to come and listen. You've called people into your matrimonial home and listen. If you have problem with your husband, those people you are calling, are they there? Are they there when both of you met? Are they there? Sometimes I feel sorry for some people. They will call this, they will call that, they will call this. Have they once called you? Oh, you are the only one who is. Oh, they are perfect. And when you are done with that, you will not travel to the children. You will not bring the children under you like chicken with his. You start telling them your father did this, your mother did this, your this did that. Can't both of you, when you are having your privacy, can't both of you sit down and flog whatever the problem is out within one another? If it's going to take you 3 days, let it take 3 days. When you are tired with one topic, you sit the next time and talk about the other topic. That shows how important that matrimonial home it is to both of you. You learn to listen to one another when the other one is hurting, or why is the other one angry. You learn to listen. You don't take that topic and start telling it to your children. Okay, those children you are telling it to, what do you want them to do? If you're not destroying them, what do you want them to do? You're telling it to those children, and your father did this, your father did that. There are times that they will come to that stage whereby you will tell maybe 1 or 2, but you will not have the whole time. I will call you a jobless mother. The whole time to narrate from morning till night what their father have done to you. Are you God? Are you God? Are you God? Are you Jesus Christ that nobody can offend? They can offend you. They can offend you. Just let it go. Let it be. Move on. Move on. Move on with your life. They can offend you. You know, if you know you can manage, you manage it. But if you know you cannot manage it, look, these days, there are a lot of things you can learn. You can learn from people you don't even know. You can go on media, go and listen. When they are saying the truth, you know. You know. Because there are many people on media now that they are saying the truth. You know. You know. Even taking your issue to your mom will take part. Except if she's a God-fearing mother. She will take part. Taking it to your dad will take part. Just how can that person be treating my daughter this way or treating my this way? That's why you see the white people, they go for counseling. Counseling. They go for counseling. Do you want to tell me they don't have parents? Eh? They go for counseling. Those people who are specialized in home, who manage everything concern the home. How to listen. If you don't know how to listen, that's the big problem you have. That's one of your biggest problems. You must learn how to listen to one another. You must learn how to listen to that woman you say she is nagging. Learn how to listen to her. You know, you people, both of you can use this as a case study. Put her down as a case study and start treating the case. Then after you are done with, and you both of you have done the exam, then you move to the other one. What is your own issue? Let him speak out what his issue is. Everybody have an issue. Everybody. Even that pastor you go and meet, he has his own problem. Even the Afa, he has his own problem. Even anybody you are calling, they have their own problem with their own marriage. You know, with their own wives also. They have their own problem. They have their own problem. Why do you want to kill them with your own? Why? You are looking for somebody to carry the load or your anger on top. Don't you know this world is a school? It's a school. Not until you reckon with that we are here, we are learning. Every step in life is an experience. It's something for you to take with you. It's something for you to learn. We are all learning. We are all learners. We are all here to learn from one another. You learn to listen and learn, not to learn from other people and start laughing at them. Hey, this one is happening. Wait until when yours will start. You think your own will not start? It will start. Just thank God that your own will start. It will be something you will be seeing, not something that will be kidnapped or take away, or somebody will steal away your husband. You will be left alone, and that person is powerful in everything more than you. Don't laugh any woman. Don't laugh any woman. Any woman of any kind, whatsoever she's going through, don't sit down and start laughing at her and say, hey, God catch them. I'm very happy for what is happening to her now. Don't you dare, except you're not a woman, and except you're not a living being. So you sit down with your partner, you trash it out. Let him know why you are hurting. Let him know what you don't like. You don't need to carry him in your stomach for 9 months. Is that issue a baby that you want to deliver? Do you want to go to labor room and deliver the matter? You carry issue in your stomach for 9 months. I know some people. They will tell you in 1950 something. Excuse me. You are carrying a whole nation in your stomach. Honestly, we need to repent. Oh, we need to repent. But my issue, my concern now is the children, the little one who have no voice, the little one who you are doing a lot of damage to, the little one who you are telling because their father have left. You tell inside. They'll be inside. They'll be taking side. And then those both parents, they are old. But you see the child, you say, my mother, no, I need to fly her to abroad. That child will do 100% for the mom. But you say the man is still strong. You say, leave him, he's strong. We'll be sending him medicine. Why not take the two of them and fly them to abroad? That's a recipe for disaster, because the mother have already sown a bad seed in the mind of that child. And that seed have grown. It cannot be cut off again. It has become an Iroko tree that cannot be cut down. It takes only God intervention. Why will any child grow up at that age that the child is no more a baby? You know what they call old age. You've all that as a person, that child is aging too, because by the time your parents are at the age of 90, 80, the children is over 50. So they are aging. They are not like they are 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 20, 25, 30. No, they are aging. So they know the outcome of age. When we're talking about age, they know what it means. Aging. They understand that word, aging. So why will you be punishing your aged parents over what? Just because one of the parents has sown a very bad seed in the heart and the mind of that child. So now is the time to reap. Now they are reaping. You see, the child will care for one person more than the other person. The child will even give the mom money and say, please give my dad his own portion. It has turned the other way around though. Hear me, people. The child will say, mommy, I'm sending 5 million. Please, can you give daddy 300,000? He doesn't really need it. He eats at home. Is that right? Is that right? Okay, my question is, what is that child doing? Is he doing the right thing? Both parents gave birth to you. Both parents gave birth to you. Your mom cannot do it all alone by herself. And God assigned those both parents to be your parents. And now you're taking side. Even if you take side when they were young, at their old age, when their bones are weak, when they cannot fend for themselves, when they cannot do anything for themselves, and you're taking side. Women, you see, sometimes I know men can be men, but God has called us to be their helper. No home that does not have his own bots. Even to that person you take your issue to, they have their own bots. Every home has their own problem, their own cup of tea. Every home does. But what I'm saying is, women they have a kind of power. A kind of power that men don't possess over their children. They have that kind of power. My problem is, my issue is they misuse them. They misuse those power. A mother will tame the whole home. She will be building this home. This is what I want. She'll be following it. Then that man, as bad as that man is, you can still manage with him, because they will now have the ball in their courts, everything in their courts. The children will call because it's mama, 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 mama. As women run around all over to fend for their family, as they support their husband, as the children see, my mom this, my mom that. Women can be weak sometimes. Sometimes they go, they hide. You don't see that cry. So for that alone, we think, they are. Even if they cry, they don't want to see that. But because we women, we can cry 24/7. We can just be talking now. Remember, we flog everywhere with water. Yeah, because it's easy for us to do being women. But what about those men? What about those men be able to see? Please, why I'm saying this is I've seen, I've heard that mothers, sometimes we do things out of ignorance. Sometimes we do it because out of pain. The moment we are going through pain, we be speaking. Start speaking. Everybody will surely know what you're doing. Everybody will know. You keep saying it for everybody to know what you're doing. Hey, it's you, oh, it's you that do this, oh, it's you that bought this, oh, it's you that is paying their school fees, oh, it's you that is buying books. It's just there as a calendar. It's just there. It's just we are just marking. It's just there like a calendar. We just go there and tick, register. God have mercy. We don't really need that. We don't need that. We don't need to bring each other down. If you can be intimate with the man, you can share a lot of your part of your soul with that man. Why do you, after sharing your soul with such a person, now you now bring the man and slice him? But please don't get carried away. It's not only women, oh, men does it too. Please let's remember that this topic is just for both, because it's parents. It's not just women. Men does the same thing. You know. So that is the thing. That is the thing. He doesn't help me. Oh, it's only me. I've been doing this all alone. I never see your father one day. He will step up and help me. You see, he said, where comment your strength? Where? You think that strength you're using to run around is yours? It's not yours. It's not yours. I do tell those who nag, because this matter, this topic should be nag. It should be nag, because it's only those who nag, they nag over everything. They nag over everything. And when they are nagging, their children are picking from it. They are sowing it everywhere they go. It's just like a bad seed. You're sowing it every corner, everywhere you move around to. You nag. Oh, it's only me. Oh, nobody is helping me. Even the children, they can't do anything. But why don't you step up? Because you must firstly, I can do all things. All things. Is that your power? It's God that strengthens you, my dear. It's God. It's not your power. Go to the hospital. Go and see people who have power, who have built muscles. They can't move it. My head, excuse me. They can't move it. They can't move it. It's God that strengthens you. For you to be able to achieve this, run this, do that, do that, it's God that strengthens you. One person will have the power. One person might be the weak person. Juggle it together. Juggle it together. Know how to manage it. Not even at that stage, you start judging to the children. Later the children, they will not pick on that person that is the weak part. You see some mothers, they'll say, your dad is really trying. The children will say, where? I didn't see him. You say, you don't know what that man is doing underground, because he's not showing it, because it's not, you can't see it. If you know what your father is doing underground, you give that man his respect. The children will start saying, my mom keeps saying this, but I don't see it. But the children will come to believe that the man is really doing it, even though the man dress up every morning and go and do visits by his family member. The children don't know, but the woman make the children to believe that the man has gone to do 1, 2, or 3 work and come back with money. But we women will be the ones supplying, producing, but we'll nearly kill that man in the house. And those children, they are listening. That's my part. Those children are listening, and they will surely give that man what he deserves, because then you've given them the power of pick and choose. You've given them the privilege. You give them the power of pick and choose. You can't say you are not the one responsible. You are the one responsible. And such men don't really talk inside here. They really don't talk much. They just, even you guys, you find out that it gets to some stages whereby the children, they start disrespecting their father. They start disrespecting their father. Yeah. And the Bible does not tell us disrespect your father even if he has nothing to offer you. It did not tell us that. You see, when they are saying righteousness, you have to do it right, you have to be right with God, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to learn to live, you have to live in the way that, my dear, it's not only one way, how do they say it? It's not just only one-way traffic. That's why they say no one is perfect. Even at you're not being perfect, learn to do it right. Have the fear that I don't want to miss it. If you have that fear alone, you will not like to derail the children. If you are afraid that I don't want to miss this heaven, and really, it takes somebody that really have the fear of God, because there are many who claim, but actually they don't have. They don't have the fear of God. It takes those who have the fear of God to say, well, they will be suffering, they will be smiling. They will be suffering, they will be smiling. If they can't take it anymore, they quickly wait for everybody to leave the house. They will close the door and start crying. By the time they finish crying, the Lord has given them more strength. Because you cry to Him. You cry to Him. Learn to cry to Him. Learn to go to Him in prayer. Learn to cry to Him, because He is the one that will strengthen you. It's not you who have the strength, who boast of all your strength. Strength that can be taken away in a second is not your strength. For the man not to be very active and you are the one who is active, it has been ordained that you will be the one to carry it. So you don't have to kill that man. That he's not doing it, it's only me. Hey, you don't need it. You don't need to kill that man over anything. You don't need it. And my focus, actually, my goal is, please don't tell your children what you go through with your husband. In conclusion, don't judge to your children. Don't judge to your children. If God will help that man, the children might hate you as a talkative. What about that? They will come back to hate you that my mom can nag. Please, I don't want a wife like my mom. You think you see other way around? It can turn. The tide can turn. It can turn to you. And you will now come and sit down and be like, after all I've done, I've suffered so much over these children. Look at them now. It's their father's family. They are happy. It's their father. They are everything. Daddy. It can turn. Who tells you that is your trick that will make you make your plan come true? The tide can turn. It can turn. So let's watch out what we say in the presence of our children. And moreover, matrimonial stuff, don't judge it to your children. They are too young. I know a lot of things from what I'm saying. There are many women today, they are in their matrimonial, they are facing problems, but they can't call their mama, they can't call their mom or their dad and ask for advice. Why? Because the foundation wasn't okay. The mother is a nagger. Maybe the girl dislikes the nagging of the mom. And maybe the parents are still fighting till today. Till date, they are still quarreling over rubbish. How do you expect such children to go and call their parents and be asking for advice? That's something for you to take home. That if your parents are going through that, you should make a difference. You should learn to train your children not to be that kind of your grandparents, not to have such character and start distributing it to your children. We must learn also to choose what we don't like in our parents and what we love in our parents. It's a will. We should learn to. Now, I love my mom so much, but there are these things I don't like about my mom. Oh yes, I love my dad dearly, but there's just this thing I don't like about my dad. But as for me, may the Lord strengthen me to do better. Because even you can't do better. Oh. If condition hammer you, if you face condition, you might misbehave more than your parents. You might even misbehave more than those you think, you know. That's why they say sometimes that if you know someone who has no money now, you might not know all his character. By the time he handle money, raw money, you will know his character, his attitude. What, in fact, everything about him will appear. So please, parents, I'm pleading. This is if don't judge to your children, no matter what you're going through. Take my recipe, close the door. When they've all gone to school, pour out your heart to your maker. Tell him where you can, where how you can't carry the load or how far you can go. Tell him to strengthen you. Tell him to strengthen you. Tell him you need strength. Speak. You know, even before we speak, he knows our heart desire. But he says, say it. Say it. You have to say it. You have to send forth your word. But no matter how you close your door and cry, tell God what you want. He will hear you. He will hear you. He can see what you're going through. Then you bring all his children, lie them down, and start telling them what their father have done, or father telling them your mom ran away, this, that. You don't need all that. You don't need all that. Where is mommy? Well, she traveled. And while you are walking underground to bring her back or to settle your quarrels, you see, your children will respect you. Those that, Daddy, you mean when you were telling us mommy travel, she really actually say yes. She might be influenced by anything around her. But by the time you mend it back, by the grace of God, if you're able to mend it back, you will have the last laugh. But not every little thing that happen in your home, you start narrating to the children. The children will be looking at you. You see, when children roll their eye, they look at each other. They are like, excuse me, what is she saying? But with the fear and the respect they have for you, you'll just be quiet. Sometimes they will make their face like this, body language. Just watch their body language. There are some things you don't see around my children. They just tell you disgusting and move away. Excuse me, just move away. And when I start saying, please, children, excuse me, they know mama want to talk. I want to talk. I can't hold it. So we must learn as a mother. We must learn to put a full stop. Even when you fight, there are some home, they fight physically. They go physical. Even when you fight, thank God I've never gone physical. I just give God all the glory. But even when you fight, every home fight, hey, that's the worst of all, because fighting does not ring bell that I'm coming, and it does not give warning. It might just be the other person will explode. If you see the other one at a rage, run inside the house and close the door, even if you can talk, but prevent that saying. Don't let the children get it. And the other one find out you've closed the door, maybe he might realize that, oh, I know she won't have done that because the children are at home. Him too will obey. So we must learn to caution ourselves not to destroy our children, not to plant a deadly seed in their mind. It's very, very important because they are the tomorrow. They are the tomorrow. You must learn to train them to know what is good and what is right. So by the time they know what is right, they will always have a rethink. you know I'm speaking to mother, those children you trained by yourself. I'm not saying the children they trained on your behalf, because those ones, they've given them knowledge already. They've given them idea how to run a home. So those ones is another big problem for you to retrain them. So I'm talking about the child that you gave birth to, that was with you from the day to the time the child is grown. These are my own focus. I don't know much about those ones they train for you, or those ones that stay with uncle, brother, niece, nephew, cousin, mama. So those ones, they are story of another day. So, but for those ones you gave birth to, they've been with you all their life. Wow, they've been with you all their life. That means they are taking 80% of everything you teach them. They are listening, taking 80%. So the rest 20 is from outside. So those ones is the ones I'm really focusing on. Don't destroy them, because all they know is you. All they know is you. They don't know even the rest 20 outside self. Is just like, all they know, all they see is you. So you must be a role model to them. You must learn to show them. Even when your husband does something, just say, honey, no. They say sorry. The moment the man, even if maybe he doesn't want to say sorry before, but you just know, only caution yourself. I say sorry, I'm sorry, my mistake. I'm not supposed to have said that. Oh, I'm sorry. Slip of tongue. Just all sorts of words. So thank you very much, all you YouTubers. Thank you for all those who listening to my video. I thank you so much. So also, I still want to tell you about my website, and at the same time what I do. So like I tell you that I do relationship also. I connect also. You can go to Ziff Media Production. So you can just go to www.ziffproduction.com. That's my website. And if you want a connection of any kind of partner you're looking for, you just click on the connect. And after clicking on the connect, it takes you just look down below it. You see connect to your suitable spouse. You click on that. Then you fill out the form. You fill out the form. So we take it from there. So that is it. Thank you everyone for listening. Please, parents, they are our leaders of tomorrow. Please don't forget. And if there's any other thing, I think we can, as mothers, we can come together and talk and debate on how we can do better. How we can do better. Mostly those who know you all their life, they've known no other mom, no other grandma, no other grandpa. It's just you alone they know, you and your man. Please don't mess up their mind. May God bless you as you do so. May God bless you as you share my video. May God bless you as you like also. Whatsoever you do, may God bless you. Remain blessed. Thank you very much. Bye. Have a nice weekend. Today is Friday. Thank you. Bye.